This is the continuation of 8th grade ELAR Week 6 assignments. I am about to read for you the expository or the informational text that came after the poem. It's the second section. This one is called Sacagawea by Noah Rimnick. In 1804, President Thomas Jefferson sent Meriwether Lewis and William Clark on a very difficult expedition. He wanted them to explore the massive 828,000 square miles of territory west of the Mississippi that the United States had bought from France for $15 million. The deal between Jefferson and the French Emperor Napoleon was known as the Louisiana Purchase, and it doubled the size of the United States. Lewis and Clark and their Corps of Discovery were charged with finding a route from the east through this enormous and uncharted new terrain, all of the way west to the Pacific Ocean. Opening a route to the west would increase trade opportunities with China, particularly for the lucrative fur business. But to do so, the explorers needed to deal with Native American tribes they did not know and whose language they did not speak. They needed to pass over treacherous mountains and rivers that were unfamiliar to them. To complete the job, Lewis and Clark relied on the language and negotiation skills of a Native American woman. The woman, Sacagawea, was a member of the Shoshone tribe. As a young girl, she was taken by another tribe, the Hadista, who then sold her to the Mandan Sioux. When Lewis and Clark met Sacagawea in the winter of 1805, she was married to a Canadian fur trapper named Toussaint Chauvenot. She was pregnant, and by the time the expedition team left the Mandans, she had given birth to a son, Jean Baptiste. With the baby strapped on her back, Sacagawea joined her husband and Lewis and Clark as an interpreter and a guide. Like many Native American tribes, the Shoshone were nomadic, meaning they traveled from place to place with the seasons. In doing so, they learned how to travel the mountains and the forests, the rivers and the plains. They learned which plants were safe to eat and which were poisonous. They knew how to hunt for rabbits, foxes, elks, and deer, and even how to trap longhorn sheep. As a girl, Sacagawea learned all of these skills that helped her and Lewis and Clark expedition survive. Some historians say Sacagawea was critical in helping Lewis and Clark make their way through the wilderness and up the Missouri River, and it is generally agreed that just having a Native American woman and a baby with them helped put the other tribes at ease. By August 1805, the expedition team arrived at the hunting grounds of the Shoshone, Sacagawea's native tribe. The American explorers needed to trade for horses to cross the Rocky Mountains. As Sacagawea interpreted between Lewis and the chief of the Shoshones, she was shocked. She realized that the chief was her very own brother, Kemahue. The chief of the entire tribe were thrilled to be united with Sacagawea. They held a peace party in honor of her, Lewis and Clark, and the entire expedition team. Lewis and Clark gave their new Shoshone friends gifts from President Jefferson, including clothing, eyeglasses, beads, and tobacco. Chief Kamahoe agreed to help Lewis and Clark and bartered with them for horses and guides. When the time came for the expedition team to leave, Sacagawea had a difficult choice. Should she stay with her tribe or continue on the journey with Lewis and Clark, her husband, and her baby? She decided to stay with the explorers and bid her family and tribe a tearful goodbye.